Oh, there's everyone. 1, 2, 3. Getting some ice cubes in there. Hello, hello. Oh, Patreon. Bonjour. Have I finished the tonic? No, it's all right. All right, mate. Calm it down, son. Calm it down. How are we all, Patreon? Oh, Patreon. Patreon is in the house. Oh, are they in the house? Oh, you know what I should do? Is, let me go into Patreon's website. Get the slippers on, Paul. It's fucking freezing, mate. Ow. Right. Audience, let's see who has joined Patreon in the last little while since we last spoke to each other, and I can give them a shout out. When did I last do this? I last did this on the 2nd. So anyone who's joined from the 2nd of October, wow. Fuck off. Join date? Nah, that can't be right. Oh, no. What the fuck is going on? Oh, you know what Patreon's done? Is they've gone and added... Fuck, I didn't think I'd added that. That's why I was like, oh, why there's so many members? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're figuring this out. So what Patreon has done is they've added a free membership thing. Oh, this might actually be going out to everyone who's joined Patreon. Patreon has done some change. Patreon has done some changes in the last month where basically you can now have like a free option for Patreon, right? You can join Patreon for free, and it basically, I just want to see, Fuck the Wall 6, has this gone out to everyone, or has it gone out to just everyone who's a paid member? Fuck me. How do I find this out? Sorry, everyone. This is what happens when Patreon just decides to change things. In a good way, but what I didn't realize, where am I? I'm getting there. Right, there we go. Latest posts. Yes. I have these people, and now I have this, and now if I want to edit the post, how I edit the post, bastard? I go to edit. Next. Okay, this is only for the paid members. Oh, interesting. Okay. So basically, yeah, Patreon has changed a couple of things where you now have an option to join Patreon for free. And it's kind of like a way of getting away from what the way they've pitched it is a way of us creators putting out work and getting away from the algorithms of YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of the rest of the shit, which means it's like, hey everyone, sign up to me on Patreon and you will always get the stuff that I put out. Now, some of the stuff will be free and some of it will be paid. And the idea is that you can have 2 tiers. They've automatically added that. I didn't want the free membership thing yet because I didn't want to announce it yet because I wanted to make sure that the free people understood what was going on and then the non-free people understood what was going on as well. So it's all a bit messed up. Patreon, you fucking let me down on that one. So anyway, we are live on Patreon. And so now when I go and see, because I've got like 259 members and I was like, wow, that's a lot because last week we only had like 197. So I've got 199 people on Patreon, those of you who are watching now, who are contributing, who are paying some money. And those of you who have joined since then, who are currently contributing, are Lacko. Hello, Lacko, you joined today. Thank you for being here. We got Ben Bang. What a fucking great name. And then How did everyone find out? Oh, maybe because they're listening to the podcast. I don't know. Then we've got Mercy. We've got Severine, Tessa Miami. We've got Mr. Wilson. And then there's a whole bunch of other people who won't be listening to this because this is only for the paid section. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this out while we're going along. It's ridiculous. Anyway, hello, those new members of Patreon. I need to quickly figure out how the fuck to sort this out so that I can turn off the non-paid membership just to not confuse anyone. Anyway, hello, you legends. I'll go back to Pascal Uj, who says it's the bubbles with the things are a new functionality of Mac OS. I knew that, but I didn't know that that worked within Ecamm. It works within FaceTime. I was aware of that, like within an Apple-only software, but I didn't realize it worked outside. So if I do this, like, yeah, rock and roll, does that work? I don't even know what the gestures are. Rock and roll! Oh, look at that. Fucking fireworks. Amazing. That's cool. Pablito After Dark. That's a good way of putting it. Sole38. Very good. Mushroom Nerd just got back from class just in time for fuck the world. Hello, Maher Hamane. Hamane. Hello. I like how you've written hello. Linda Wonder Woman, un grand merci a dit pour avoir ramené le colis. Mon mari l'a porté dans le bus chez Cholele. C'était trop grand pour moi. Ah, well, thank you to your husband. Look at that, Linda. We're getting our other halves to be slaves for us. Thank you again, Linda, for an amazing jigsaw puzzle. I'm tempted to take it apart, and I don't know how you did it because it's black. Like the part, I don't understand, Linda. Linda, explain to me. Fucking hell. It's so heavy. Explain to me, first of all, how you did all of this top bit here. Because why is there a thumb up now? I don't understand how you do that. I don't understand how you did anything except for the bit where it says 10 years and my face on it. That is cool, though. I don't know where I'm going to... Maybe I should post that on top of the actual poster. I need to figure out the frame, though. You did say just put it on the floor. So I'll put it on the floor. Thank you, Linda. Much appreciated. Who else has been... Oh, Greg Crozier! Oh, Greg is in the house. Greg, I was talking about you to my light and sound guy, Manu, 2 days ago in Zurich. On the way back from Zurich. No, where were we? Where I was showing him our skydive over the pyramids. Man, I want to go skydiving again. Where was I when he was like, oh, that's amazing. And I'm like, yeah, man, it was fucking crazy. I think it was in Zurich or on the way back from Zurich. It was 2 days ago that I was showing him the video, and he was like, he was just like, I hope you're well. I hope you're skydiving some more. Let's go skydiving again. I want to go skydiving again. Not necessarily over the pyramids, but just somewhere. Let's do it. What else? What else is going on, everyone? Patreon. Let's fuck the wall. Let's do it. Same as me. Everyone's sick. Raquel's sick. Alberto's sick. Yeah, I was sick last week, man. It's there's now a live chat feature in Patreon. There is. And I figured out I need to figure that out as well. But I know where it is. And I tell you what, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it now. And you should hopefully all get a little message. So Paul Taylor's chat, tap to send the first message. Let me send oh, can I not take a photo? Oh, I've got to take a photo first. It won't let me upload a photo. Oh, come on, Patreon, get with the times. Right, let me take this photo here, right? And be like, hey, Patreon, chat's alive. Okay, let me go in there. And let's open that photo. Let's go there. And let's go, hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Patreon chat. This is where we can talk about whatever we want, as opposed to commenting on a post to start a conversation. Love, pow. Let's click send. Your chat will be visible to all paying members after you send the first message. 3, 2, 1, go. Anyone who joins a chat can see the full history and can view who else is in the chat. To help you keep you and your community safe, members will see these guidelines before they join. Be kind and welcoming. Call people dickheads as well, though. Always be respectful while calling people dickheads. Don't spam unless you're calling people dickheads. And don't share private or personal information apart from dickheads. So there we go. The chat is now live where you can chat amongst yourselves. I wonder if you can create multiple chats. Can you add... Oh, you can. You can add a bunch of different chats. I'm going to have to play around with that. Life on Low Battery says, love it. Mika K says, hi. Great. I also received an email. Hello, everyone's in there. Come on, lads. Good times. So now I can even update you with behind the scenes photos. Even more reasons to join Patreon. Yeah, and they've massively changed the UI. Yeah, the whole interface has changed on Patreon. And now you're just going to chat to each other on Patreon instead of... See, now I can see your faces, right? I mean, why are we even doing this on YouTube now? Well, we're chatting on both, ladies and gentlemen. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Let's create, like, a time, like a backstage... there's so many options. There's a whole thing where maybe backstage before a show, I can be live on Patreon, chatting to only you guys. It's just even more excuse to help support the cause, isn't there? I love it. I love it. So I need to get in with Patreon, because what I need to do is I need to find maybe a way of doing, hey, Patreon, join me for free. What the fuck is these fireworks, man? Can't deal with it. A way to join Patreon for free and give people something that's free for them to join Patreon. Because basically, for me, the thing that helps with Patreon, people being on Patreon instead of Facebook or Twitter is, one, the algorithm. So the stuff I will post gets to their inbox. Number two, it's like a mailing list where then I can send out a message to be like, hey everyone, I'm performing these dates in this place, and do that kind of stuff. So there's got to be something that I do for free Patreons and something that I do for the paying. For the paying Patreons, I might just go back to one tier. I might just have one tier of people. The problem is if I delete the other tiers, everyone gets deleted off Patreon and then they have to rejoin again. So it's kind of annoying. So, do you know what I mean? Soleh says, close to 200, I have an itch. Yeah, I think there's like 200. I've got 199 people on Patreon who are supporting me. 258 members, 210 posts. But it doesn't tell me on the fucking mobile app how many people are paying members as opposed to just members. Mate, they got some work to do. What else is going on? Fantastic. Is there an aubergine emoji? In relation to what? It's an API that can be used by all softwares. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you mean. An aubergine emoji, as in if you get your bell end out, will it turn into an aubergine? Good thinking, Freydol. Yeah, well done. What else can you do? I don't even know what else you can do. Like, what else can you do? Can you do a sad face? No. It's just one thumb up, two thumbs up. What about two thumbs down? Raining. Oh, God. Amazing. En décembre, si on peut, on fait une table ronde avec tous les braves VIP qui ont sauté sur les pyramides. Oh yeah, we talked about this, Greg. Doing a round table. Une table ronde. Chatting to all the people that have jumped over the top of the pyramids. Do you know what I mean? That'd be fucking fun. But not as fun as actually jumping again. Pascalou, did you watch the rugby match yesterday? I did watch I haven't watched any of the rugby until yesterday or the day before when I watched the end of Ireland against New Zealand. Is that who they were playing? And they lost. It was a good match though. And then yesterday I watched the England... Who were they playing? Fiji. I found it interesting that in French you say les Fidji. I guess it's because it's les îles Fidji, presumably, as opposed to just Fiji. Because you say, I guess you say l'Italie, but it was weird because it said, did it say l'Angleterre contre les Fidji? Or is it just Angleterre, Fiji? It's weird. I don't know when you put an article in front of the country or not. Is that the right word? An article? Raquel, help me out here. I don't know if it's... Yeah, because do you say les... You don't say les Hawaii. You just say Hawaii, right? What else is a bunch of islands? You don't say les it's le Royaume-Uni. Yeah, you would say, les Britanniques, les îles Britanniques. I don't know. I just found it interesting you say les Fidji. And then I watched France lose to South Africa. Oh, what a fucking end of a match, man. Oh, I felt so bad for France. Yeah, so I did watch the rugby. Right. Okay, sign. At the end of Ireland, that's the correct sentence. Paul Taylor, very no better. Yeah, where are we? Hawaii, no article. There we go. Okay. Maxime Boutet. Oh, Maxime Boutet's in the house. Maxime Boutet. Carlius. Any opinion about the referees on the France match? Yeah, everyone was bitching about the referee. It's fine. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes the referee makes decisions that are against you. England lost a match in the World Cup 2006 football against Germany, and the ball went about 2 meters inside the goal and then came back out, and the referee didn't see it. Everyone saw it. It's like Maradona, the hand of God in 1986. You win some, you lose some, mate. It's just that sport, innit? Hawaii is Hawaii tout court. Les Philippines. Yeah, but I get that. But that's also in English is plural. I was more referring to the fact that in English we just say Fiji as one place. It's like Fiji, Hawaii, New Caledonia. The Philippines is a good thing, because why do we call it New Caledonia when there's more than one island? Is there? I don't know. Les Bermudes. Oh, you call it Bermuda. Les Caraïbes. Yeah, the Caribbean. See, les Caraïbes. Ours is singular. The Caribbean. I mean, it's the Caribbean islands. But we just call it the Caribbean. And we just call it Fiji. The country of Fiji, which includes multiple islands. Much like... I don't have another example. See you later, life on no batteries. Going for a nap. Thanks for letting us know. Les Baleariques. How do you say that in English? The Balearic? No, the Balearic. Balearic Islands? Les Baleariques. Yeah, but it's not a country, is it? It's a bunch of islands. My beef with Fiji is it's one country. So is the Philippines, Paul. Fuck off! It's too complicated. I can't figure it out. Le Japon. Merci beaucoup. Raquel Regal with the counter example. Japan, there you go. There's loads of islands in Japan, but it's not called Les Japon, is it? It's not called Les Japonaises. And why isn't it called les Fijiens? Les Fiji. What's a person from Fiji called? The people of Fiji. Les Fijiens? Les Fijiennes? Les Fijiens? Les Fijiens? Les Fijiens? It just seems weird. I don't understand. I don't know how to explain it to you. It sounds wrong to call the place Les Fidji. The Canary Islands, Les Canaries. Again, it's not a country. It's Spain. I'm talking about a country because a country works differently, doesn't it, to a place. Because you can say the British Isles, right? Les Îles Britanniques, the British Isles, but it's still Britain. Or Great Britain. Or the United Kingdom. Or the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, right? Do you know what I mean? Les Fujicolores. Maxime Boutet for the win! The Fugees. One time. Good work. So, mate, I would have laughed. That is a good one as well. I saw Maxime's first. Sorry, mate. The Fijians, the Fijiens. Okay, les Fijiens. Les Fijiens, les Marquises. Oh, man, it's yeah, les Japon. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. All right, I'm done talking about that now. If there's a much bigger island than the others, it's le or la. Like Fiji. Fucking Fiji is a bunch of islands, but one's bigger than the others, isn't it? Fiji, country in Oceania. I mean, there's 2 islands. But you don't call it Les Nouvelles-Zélande, do you? You call it Nouvelle-Zélande, but there's 2 islands in New Zealand that are about roughly the same size as the 2 Fiji islands, right? There's Fiji, right? And then you've got Tonga. You don't say Les Tonga, do you? But Tonga, I reckon, is those 2 islands together, isn't it? Tonga? Tonga's a bunch of islands. But you don't say Les Tonga, do you? Do you say Le Tonga? Okay, so this is where it makes sense. In French, do you say Les Tonga or do you say Le Tonga? Am I being nitpicky? Is this annoying? I just, etymologically speaking, I find it fascinating of why you call it Les Îles Tonga en entier. I get that. But if you're just putting it down, if Tonga are playing in the World Cup, and it's just the name of the country, it seems weird to me that you would say Les Fidji rather than just Fiji on its own. Or Le Fiji. Do you know what I mean? Let's Wikipedia this. Wikipedia. Oh, solving mysteries. Why am I Googling Wikipedia, Paul? I'm like my mum. Fiji. Fiji. Spell it properly, you bellend. Fiji, country in Oceania. Fiji, right. Now, if I go into French, Français, c'est collies. Les Fidji ou les îles Fidji. Okay, so it's still called Les Fidji. Right, now, the effigy, languages, let's go back to Tonga, country in the South Pacific, Tonga, as we call it in English, or in French, is it called? It's called Les Tonga as well. All right, we're getting somewhere. But you don't call it Les Nouvelles-Zélande, so why is it just called, whatever. It's going to drop. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because of that. Oh, what do you want to know, Patreon? Come on, let's go. Ask me some questions. Now that we've covered fucking etymology of the South Pacific Islands and how good they are at rugby. Isn't that amazing how good they are at rugby? I mean, I guess colonies, isn't it? The Commonwealth. A lot of Commonwealth countries are good at rugby. Alors, de toute façon, ces pays ont été nommés n'importe comment par les colons qui pensaient que l'Amérique était l'Inde. Donc bon, this is correct, Misha Luna. It's one of those first things that you learn at school, isn't it? That you're like, I think it's probably one of the first like mind-blowing moments in my life as a student when they go, well, in the English speaking, we're going to get into etymology again and you're going to get annoyed again, but fuck it, this is what we do, right? In England, in English, when you learn about the West Indies, the islands, which are in the Caribbean, it was because the explorers thought they were hitting the west of India because they didn't realize America was a thing. The whole continent of America, north and south, they didn't believe existed. So they thought by leaving Spain and going that way, is that the right way for you? No, that way. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. You leave Spain, you go that way, you hit India. So when they hit the islands, they were like, oh, these are the islands in the west of India, the West Indies, which is why we call them the West Indies. Now, I don't know what you call them in French. Les Antilles? I don't know what you call them. So that revelation happens at school in English where you go, oh, that's why they're called the West Indies. Oh, because they thought we were in India. And I guess that's why also Americans call the native people of the land American Indians, right? Indians because they thought they were in India or something. Anyway, I don't know. That was one of those mind-blowing moments when I was like 12 years old. I was like, oh yeah, that was interesting. That was pretty good. C'est dur de suivre le live et Patreon en même temps. Look, turn off Patreon, turn the app off for now, and then get back to it afterwards, okay? How about we do that? Or I'll just go and fucking see my wife and leave you now. It's one or the other. If you're going to chat to each other on the Patreon app, then we'll do that. I've got so much work to do. Oh my God, fucking hell. I've got to record more. Oh, here you go, Patreon. Bunch of bastards. I need you to help me choose the next couple of Anglicisms they should be called the East Indies. Maybe they are called the East Indies. I don't know. I'm fucking drunk. I'm not. You know what I mean. The Anglicisms. Let's go. What Anglicisms should I choose? I've got a list. I've got a whole list of other ones. Just as a reminder, the ones that we have already done. We've done 5. I need to write and film some more before tomorrow morning, before I go to fucking Spain. The ones which we have done are dressing, parking, planning, basket, and suite. So I need you to give me some more Anglicisms. Here are the list that I've got that we can go. I've got smoking, pressing, brushing, lifting, relooking, happening, zapping, standing, camping car, snacking, fooding, earthing, pudding, warning, shooting, paddle, best of, drive, speed, one-man show, crispé, tennis, tennisman ou rugbyman, puzzle, jigsaw, puzzle, la loose, scratch, catch, le sport, catch, un flipper, shit, genre fumer de la shit, live, meaning live, mais pas en direct, mais live, like live, babyfoot, un people, paperboard, sex friend en Welsh, la one again is to be is to fly, un screenshot, I already wrote that one down then. What else have I got? Un snack, il m'a dead, costume, voice-over au feeling, squeezer, fingers in the nose, ça me fait bader, un photocall, clip, as in a music video, break, as in an estate car, un talkie-walkie, talkie-walkie is a good one, isn't it? Pom-pom girls, un pom-poms girl, un bowling, flasher, un QR code, slip pour boxer shorts, agenda, which we've already talked about, scooter, roots, loft, blister, has been. They're my list so far. Right. I want some votes right now. Can't be on a Patreon chat and a YouTube chat at the same time, so I'd rather stay here. Thanks, Misha. Jogging. Jogging, I've already done jogging, Oussama. Footing, s'il vous plaît, je l'ai déjà fait. Je l'ai fait, I did footing as the pilot episode that wasn't part of like the short videos, but I might have to do it again. Brushing is a good one. We're talking about stuff to do in Madrid. Great. What am I doing? What are these Patreon lives? What's the point? Fooding. What the fuck is that? Correct answer. I don't actually know what it is, but I just keep on reading it. It used to be a website of like good food. Fumer du shit. Smoking. Costume. Fumer. Yeah, okay. Smoking. A walkie-talkie. Talkie-walkie. These are all hilarious, but not fooding. All right, we'll get rid of fooding then. Paul, dis aux gens sur Twitch d'arrêter de dire une game. Ça me rend folle. What do they say? Sole? Une game. As opposed to what? Un game? A game? Because a game is an English word that we use. Rugby man might be a good one given it's a Rugby World Cup. Yeah, maybe. Un rugby man. Rugby player, mate. All right, that's a good one, yeah. All right, I'm going to write down number 6 as a rugby man. Rugby man. A rugby man. What are you? I'm a rugby man. Wait, do we say that in English? I think we say it in English, don't we? No, you say a rugby player. I'm a rugby player. Do we? Do we say a rugby man? Someone English in the English-speaking world, not Adam Crosby, because he's been too much. He's fucking French now. You should do a form for us to vote. Nicolas, I wish I was that organized. Smoking. Yeah, I might... what else is going on this week in the world that I can maybe tie it in with? So Rugby Man would be Thursday, which is perfect because I think the rugby starts again on Thursday. Let's do Rugby Man as the next one. Then the one after that is Monday, which is the school holidays. Blind test. I didn't think about a blind test, did I? I do that in my fucking stand-up show. Why didn't I write down blind test before? What a bellend. Smoking. Trivia for the nerds, which we all are. Terme sportsman était accepté comme du français correct il y a 100 ans. Un sportsman. Oh, God. On va se faire une game. On va se faire une partie. Sole. Okay, I understand what you mean. However, my gripe is people using English words incorrectly. So there, in that case, they're using it correctly. On va se faire une game. That's just French people using an English word instead of a French word that exists. That I'm fine with. What I'm not fine with is them using an incorrect English word, which, for example, fumer du shit. You don't smoke shit. It's hash or whatever. Maybe it is called shit in English. I don't know. Yeah, like what was one of the other one? Un people. You know, when someone's famous, they call him un people. C'est un people. Lui là-bas là, c'est un people. He's a people. What are you fucking on about? Do you know what I mean? Whereas if they said, you get the example. Shut up. Okay, Anne Austin, rugby player. We say rugby player. Sportsman existe pourtant. Ça perturbe mes élèves. Un sportsman. Oh, God. Yeah. Un stand-upper. But that exists. Maher, stand-upper. No, it doesn't. How have I not written that one down? A stand-upper. A stand-upper. A stand-upper. I kind of like that, though, because, as I said before, it's like an English word that's been twisted into French to make sense in French more so than in English. Because in English, we just say a stand-up. I am a stand-up. You don't even need to say comedian. You just say I'm a stand-up. What do you do for a living? I'm a stand-up. If someone says I'm a rugby man, they probably mean they prefer watching it to football. Exactly. Me, I'm a rugby man. I'm less of a football man. I'm an F1 man. Yeah, exactly. I get it. I see what you mean. I'm a rugby man. Rugby man. Listing, un listing. Un listing. I don't know if that's a fake English word, because we say that in English, a listing. Listing. Overbooké. We say that in English as well. I'm overbooked. That works. Correct English word. If you should consider it the other way around, there's the English American bougie for bourgeois. Yeah, I might do a whole series in the opposite thing for English people. I feel like there's less words though in English. There's a few of them, like a double entendre. Un double entendre doesn't exist in French. A double entendre. There's loads of them, I think, but I think there's more in French than there are in English. Stand-up comedian doesn't exist in French, and it drives me mad because instead of naming the artist, we name, and in the end of that sentence just died. Article deceased. Article décédé. Yeah, the two pet peeves I have are when people call me artiste and comédien. I want to punch them in the face. Because I'm not an artist, I'm a comedian. But isn't a comedian an artist? No. I mean, maybe. For me, I don't know. I hate the pretentiousness of being called an artist. As Adam would joke, talent is fucking talent on the move. Talent on the move. Talent's on the move. Whereas in French, they're like, oh oui, c'est l'artiste. It makes you feel like a fucking snowflake. It makes you be like, oh, he's the artist, so therefore he needs special treatment. No, treat me like everyone else and stop treating everyone else like shit as an excuse because I'm the artist. Comédien doesn't work, and it drives me nuts. I think I've talked about this before, but I don't think I've actually written like an actual sketch around it. I probably should. I've talked about it briefly, where La Comédie Française, the big building opposite the Louvre, to me, in my mind, was a comedy club. It's far from that. Is flipper used in English for a pinball machine? No. That's why that's on my list, Frege Dahl. Un flipper. We don't say un flipper. We have the word a flipper, but a flipper is something you find on a fucking dolphin and a fish that uses it to flip its way through the water. So that's why it's called un flipper. I get it. I get why it's called un flipper, but we call it a pinball machine. So there's got to be a better word. What are the... Hey, Maxime Boutet, on appelle ça comment en France, en Québec? Le pinball machine, le flipper, le tabarnak, esti. Try working in advertising. I'm literally a creative. Yeah, but a creative sounds less pretentious than artist to me. Do you know what I mean? Just anytime someone refers to themselves or to someone else as an artist, I feel like I just feel like vomiting into a cup. Just like, nah, yeah, he's a musician. An artist for me is somebody who actually paints stuff and creates art. Yeah, great. My shows are art, technically. I'm creating art, but for me, it's not the same thing. Do you know what I mean? Like a musician's a musician, a DJ's a DJ, a comedian's a comedian. Maybe we're all artists, but don't call us artists. I mean, don't call me an artist. Or use that word around me. I don't like it. It just sounds pretentious. Whereas creative just sounds funny. I'm a creative. Oh, what kind of stuff do you create, mate? Jokes? Do you fucking create posters? What are you doing, mate? Do you know what I mean? Fuck, you know. Valérie says, un pinball. Une machine à boules. Babyfoot. Yeah, that's in the list. Maher Ahame. I think it is. Did I read it out? Yeah, I did. Babyfoot. Billard électrique selon l'Office québécoise. L'Office québécois de la langue française. Oh God. Le billard électrique. It's got nothing to do with billard. I mean, come on. I mean, really? A creative is an artist who sold out for the paycheck. How? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Mais on dit souvent machine à boules. Une machine à boules. Oh, that is unbelievable. Machine à boules. Alberto, yeah, you're an entertainer. I prefer entertainer. It sounds less douchey than art. I'm an artist. Let's make sure the artist is well received. Let's make sure the artist gets the nicer hotel room. Let's make sure the art. How about we just shut up? In German, we say handy instead of cell phone. That is amazing. A handy. Oh, it sounds like something you would ask for on Grindr. What are you up for? Are you a top or bottom? I'm a handy, mate. Handy Andy. Hey! Taxi! Ben quoi, Paul? C'est une machine, puis il y a des boules. Simple, efficace. I mean, why do we say pinball? What's the pin about? I don't know. Anyway, I'm loving this. I'm loving this, people. Yeah, so I'm going to do Rugby Man. I'm going to do Rugby Man. A collector could be good for your list. A collector. But I do know the French say, oh, c'est collector, ça. I don't know if we say the same thing in English, though. Like, that's collector. No, we don't, do we? C'est collector. Hold on. C'est collector. Oh, the launch is the pin. Of course it is. Collector. Let me just write it down. C'est collector. I don't think we have that in English. I feel like we should. As in, like, oh, that's amazing. Like, that's one for the collection books. Collector. It doesn't even exist in my word reference thing. Collector. No. Playback. Lip sync. Good work. That was in my list of voiceover. Because you guys say un voiceover. Right? In France, you say un voiceover. When what you're actually talking about... Hold on, let me just write that down before I forget it. Playback. Playback. In English is lip sync. So you guys call it playback, do you? No, I think we say that in English though as well, though. Like if Beyonce's singing her song and she's lip syncing it incorrectly, you say she's singing playback. I think we say that in English. I think. Someone native English speaking tell me. But voiceover, for me, when French people say c'est un voiceover, c'est voiceover, is when it's not a voiceover. Fuck, I'm confused now. I've confused myself. I don't know. Whatever. I'm tired. On dit pas un voiceover, on dit une voix off. But there's something there where you say une voix off, a voice over. But what do you call it, Micheluna, when you've got somebody speaking in English as a TV show in English, and then over the top, you've got French voiceover, like French, but you can still hear the English. Do you call that voix off? Because technically, une voix off is a voice that's not on the screen, that you don't see on the screen. Right? So let's say you've got Morgan Freeman doing a voiceover where you don't see his face, but you hear his voice on top of a... Is that a voiceover? Is that how we say in voiceover? Well, I'm getting confused. Un doublage. That's poor dubbing. Doublage. du doublage. Voice-over, c'est quand on enregistre la traduction par-dessus de l'original. Et une voix off, c'est une voix qu'on entend, mais qu'on voit pas à la caméra. Merci. Okay, so I'm just confusing myself. I don't know. I wrote it down years ago, and there's something in there, and I can't remember what it is. We still call that dubbing and doublage. I don't know, mate. I'll figure it out if I can figure it out. What else? What do you want to know, Patreon? Stop talking about language. What secret shit do you want to talk about? Do you want to find out? We've sorted out the Patreon live chat, so that's cool. I need to sort out the Patreon non-paying members out to be like, hey, welcome to this. I don't know what you're going to get for free, but welcome anyway. I might start a separate chat for them or something. I don't know. People are saying in French they've never heard voice-over. Okay. Maybe that's because you need to say voice-over instead of voix off. Something like that. Fucking... I don't know, man. I don't know. What else? There was something else about Patreon. The app itself that I thought, oh, this is cool, and I need to get on it. Was, what else did they announce? They announced that the chat thing was going on. They announced that it was free to join because they want it to become like its own social media, where the creator, and there was something else. You know what? This show was all shits and giggles until someone giggles and shits. I mean, you'd have to ask my wife. How do I deal with it? I think it keeps me sane going out on the road so often. I don't know what I would do at home. Here's the thing. I get very used to whatever's happening, right? So, before, probably to my own demise. So before, when I did, basically from November last year until April, I was at home the whole time, right? So that was 6 months solid of me being at home. I was doing Paris 3 nights a week for the rodage at La Scala. There's a little bug here, and I'm going to kill him because he's a nasty one. Let me get my book of Irish insults. Fucking prick. I don't even think I got him. By the way, Irish insult of the day. If he went any slower, he'd catch up with himself on the way back. Sorry, I didn't even say that in my Irish accent. Oi, you fucking bastard. If he went any slower there, he'd catch up with himself on the way back. And he's translated that. He's a painfully slow mover. That's a really nice way. That's not even an insult. If he went any slower, let's do a better one because that was just kind of very nice. She's a product tester for Viagra. She's a scanger who sleeps around. She's a product tester for Viagra. Oh, okay, I see, yeah. Yeah, all right. Oh, God. So, yeah, I get used to the stuff, like, so the 6 months that I was in Paris 3 nights a week, I got used to being at home or sleeping at home for 6 nights a week, even though, well, most of the time I got home before my wife got to sleep. So that was cool. And then I went out on a French tour for a bit, which was, you know, it was kind of intense. The whole month of April, I barely wasn't home. That doesn't exist. I barely was home. I wasn't much at home. And, yeah, I kind of get used to sleeping in hotel rooms and changing, you know, cities every day. And in this last, you know, and then there was 3 months, you know, it's almost easy when I go away for a longer period. So when I went to Australia and Thailand and Singapore, I did it was like a 15-day. I think I was away for 15 or 16 days. And that was almost easier than coming back for a day, going back for 2 days, coming back for 2 days, going back for 2 days. It's less, even though when I'm over there, I'm changing place every day. There's something about when you're out of the house, the problems that we have at home, to do with the house renovations, to do with the school, to do with the neighbors, to do like all the shit that you have going on in your home life at home. I imagine it's the same with you guys, right? When you go and if you have your normal job and you've got your problems at home, and then when you go to your work, that you're I mean, for those 8 hours, your brain isn't focused on the home shit, right? And so I think it's more difficult for me to go out like tomorrow. We're in Madrid and Barcelona the next day. My mind will only be on the show and everything around the show, the tour, the dates coming up, the dates that have gone past, how we're filming it in Brussels, the ticket sales for this show. I won't even be thinking about this podcast. My mind will be fully on the show. But then I have to come back home for 24 hours, and then it'll be back. I'll be chatting with my wife, and it'll be back in like the problems that we have with the house and everything around here. Then I've got to switch gears again, because then I'm doing 3 days. So I think that's harder than mentally than just being away for 2 weeks solid. I'm not sure, arguably, that it would be more difficult for my wife. I think it's more difficult when I'm away for longer. Although having said that, when I come back and all I need to do is sleep, then it's even more frustrating, I think, from her point of view, because I'm not available. I'm not, like, my mind isn't there. It's a great question, and I don't know that we are dealing with it how we should be dealing with it. But we're dealing with it, and my wife is doing a great job of keeping the castle here fucking fortified and sorted out, while I am trying to go out and make people laugh, basically. Great question. Mushroom Nerd, we want to meet before Le Zénith. All right, as in like the day of, like you want to meet just in general before, or before the actual date of the Zénith? Because we can make that happen. The Zénith's going to be fucking fun. Yeah, we need to figure it out. We'll figure it out with Adam and the production team of how we can have a quick meet up or something before the show, because I'll probably be there from mid-afternoon. And because we're not filming it at Le Zénith, there's not going to be a lot of stress. I won't be, I won't be doing 1,000,005 things like I am on a lot of dates that we're performing at, because we arrive last minute and we have to figure out the stuff like that. So before the show is definitely better than after the show, if I'm honest. So yeah, we'll figure it out. But then it means that you'll probably have to come to the Zénith quite a bit before the show, because the doors will no doubt open an hour to an hour and a half before the show starts. I don't know what time the show's at. 8 p.m. probably, 8:30. So the doors will probably open at 6:30, something like that. So it'll mean having to get to the Zénith before, unless there's a special place that we can take you to. Well, there's actually like a backstage area round the back of the building that we can make. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Do you know what I mean? We're still talking about voiceovers and voix. This is an interesting discussion. I've turned something into something, haven't I? I don't know. I can't remember what it was. But I will figure it out. That will not be on the list of the other Anglicisms that I've got to do for next week, because I've got to send the videos to Florian, because tomorrow I can't. I'm in Madrid. I can't do it on Wednesday, and the video has to come out on Thursday. So I've got to film something and write something tonight for at least Thursday. And then on Thursday, when I come back from Barcelona, then maybe I can write something in the evening and film that evening for the following Monday. And then I've got a bit of time off. Then I'm not performing the week after that. And then, oh, Mother Mary is coming to Paris. So, maybe Mum will be a special guest on the Fuck the Wall end of October. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Now I need to set up this fucking room to have 2 guests, and it looks all right, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? And some meetups before the show in Quebec, puisqu'après c'est direct à Montréal. Yeah, let's meet up. Let's say hi before the show in Quebec. Out of the whole Canadian tour, Ottawa, if you're in Ottawa, if anyone's in Ottawa or Quebec, we'll have to meet up before the show, because we're coming back to Montreal to sleep for both of those nights. So yeah, we'll have to, but I don't know what time we're getting into Quebec. I need to, that's what I'll do. On Patreon, I will add a group date for each date. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be like, oh, if anyone's in Ottawa, let's meet up here beforehand, whatever. And then we can do that. That can be cool. I just need to figure out Patreon. I haven't had time to do it, and I won't have time to do it by next week. Maybe the week after, I'll have time. In the 2 weeks of the school holidays, because I've only got one show in fucking Toulouse. That's going to be an amazing show as well. So we need to figure it out. Do you know what I mean? Pascal, still no news about the Seagal 10 years pre-show video. No. It's on my computer. I've got it there. I haven't had time to watch it and go through it, and we'll figure it out. You'll have it. You might have it. I was going to do it for my birthday. I don't have time. I've got no time, mate. I've got fuck all time, which is good. It's a good problem to have. I'm busy, but I've got to do it. Got to do it, man. Do you know what I mean? See you later, Raquel. See you later, Eva. Right, now that they've gone, let's do some fun stuff. Mushroom Nerd, for anybody coming to the Zenith, please give me some stickers, pin ideas. I'd love to design some and give them to other dickheads. That's very kind of you, Mushroom Nerd. Now, here's a question for you, Mushroom Nerd. Can you create your own chat in Patreon to do that? Do you reckon? Or do I have to create the chat for you? Do I always have to create do you know what I mean? The chat topic. Or can you create your own chat topics like Discords? Maybe it's if you're not a moderator. I probably need to add people as moderators as well, right? Is that a thing that I can do? Like Amélie Bor, if I click on her message, can I reply, report, remove message, block person? Oh, pow! Oh, moderation. There are no reports requiring action. Okay, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that would be cool. The best place for this in Quebec would be the pub Saint-Patrick. Oh, Saint-Patrick. C'est vraiment pas loin de l'Impérial. Okay, we'll have a look. We'll have a look and see where the hotel is, because generally what happens, well, there is no hotel, because we're not staying in Quebec, are we, dickhead? We're going back to Montreal. We'll figure it out, Max. We shall figure it out. Doris Locked, Zenith, we will be there. Mate, I'm glad you will be, because no one else is. Oh, it's not true. We're doing all right for the Zenith. We have, as of Friday last week, at the end of the week, we had 1,138 people coming, which means we still need 3,000. Ideally, 4,700, because ideally we want to sell out the big capacity and not have to. I just got to keep doing these fucking videos. These videos have done better than I thought they would, if I'm honest. I'm kind of gutted that I didn't end up waiting for Canal Plus and all of those bastards to get in touch. But out of the first 5 that we've posted, one of them's got 1 million views. The other one's got 250,000. The other one's got 665,000. One of them's got 76. One of them kind of fell flat, which was 76,000. If that's falling flat, that's pretty good falling flat. There was something flying outside my fucking window. And the one that I posted today, fucking 4 hours ago, is already at 60,000 almost. This is just on Instagram. On Instagram, and then TikTok, they're doing well. YouTube, Facebook, they're doing well. So hopefully that will start to bring in the... Oh, look at that! We're at 150,000 followers on Instagram. Oh, 150! That was up since... So before I started posting these short little videos, the Anglicisms, the no bullshit English, let's just call them Anglicisms, I was at 131, and in 2 weeks to the day, since 2 weeks today, we've picked up, what's that, 20,000 followers almost? That's amazing. That's amazing. So that's exciting.
I look at
so hopefully that will get the people coming in to the Zenith a bit more. And obviously, I've still got a load of promotion to do. Interviews, TV, radio, all that kind of stuff, which hasn't even started yet. I've done no promotion for that. That'll be coming in the next couple of months. And then we're off. Then we're off, son. We're off to the races. Going on a promotional tour for the Zenith Answering Stupid Questions. Exactly. You Patreon. Here's what we should do, okay? Every time I have an interview, this is what we're going to do. This is going to be fun. This is just going to keep it fun for me. It will keep it fun for you guys as well. Is that every time I have an interview with somebody for like Le Zenith or something like that, right? What we'll do is you're going to give me I'll put it in the group, like in the group chat or something. I'll be like, right, I'm doing an interview for fucking whoever it is, BFM or TV5 Monde or whatever. You're like, give me a word that I have to insert into the interview. And then hopefully, whether it's a printed interview, a radio interview, or a TV interview, I'll see if I get it in, right? That'd be super fun. Love that. Love that idea that I just came up with. Double thumbs up for Mum coming up on the show. Hey, there we go. Fireworks. I've got to find... There must be a list of all of the different visuals. Can you do like fucking very good? No, that doesn't work. Can you do that? That doesn't work. Can you... What other hand signals are there? I don't know, mate. I don't know. We're going to see random PT everywhere on TV. Awesome. Yeah, it's going to be the same questions. Alors, parlez-nous de votre spectacle Bisoubaille. Pourquoi Bisoubaille?
Oh, well, because I'm saying goodbye to a lot of things in life this year. I'm saying goodbye to the concept of a bilingual show, to the concept of French, because I'd like to concentrate on English only. We said goodbye to the Queen this year, so that was quite sad. And I said goodbye to alcohol as well. So, so you're only doing English now? Yeah,
it's the same fucking interviews all the time. And every time, they're like, yeah, but you know, our audience don't know who you are, so we've got to start from the beginning. Like,
Paul Taylor devenu connu grâce à une vidéo sur la bise.
Bro, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Give me a break. Come on, man. Let's move on.
Et qu'est-ce que vous préférez? Vous préférez l'Angleterre ou vous préférez la France?
Fuck yourself. We should only suggest Anglicisms that you can't stand.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, we should do something. It should be fun. What I should do, what could be even funnier. All right, okay, here's what we should do. You know what we should do? Is we should come up with a phrase. Adam, if you're listening, this is what we're doing. But it requires a lot of work. Is for each interview that I do, we need to come up with a phrase, a sentence, a full sentence, like bonjour dickheads, like something like, I cannot wait to see you all at Le Zenith on the 6th of January 2024. Like something like a fun sentence, something more fun than that. But imagine the sentence was, bonjour dickheads, I can't wait to see you all at Le Zenith on the 6th of January 2024. Except I have to, in each radio or TV interview, I have to get one of those words into the sentence. So at the end of the tour, promotional interview stuff, I cut out one word from each interview. I guess it has to be on TV, right? Or radio, a lot of radio is filmed now, is we take the clips and every place I'm in a different thing going, hi everyone, welcome, bonjour dickheads, can't wait to see you on January the 6th, blah, blah, blah. And it's like a mashup of all of the interviews that I've done with all of the internet stuff. And it needs to be like a fun sentence that I can put together and we can edit it together. But then I need to get the clips from all the interviews and download them somehow and then edit them into one piece. It's another great idea. But that requires a lot of memory on my part of like, oh shit, I've got this interview. What words have I used so far? What words have I not used? Sole, why bisous bye? Because I can't be asked with this interview. Bisous bye. Adam Crosby, sumph. Yeah, all right, mate. Calm it down, son. Calm it down. Fuck it out. Adam, you ready for Barcelona and Madrid? Are you ready to get off the plane and then get on the back of a donkey and then ride 3 stops and then take 2 stops off and then get another metro in the opposite direction and then get a bus? We ready for all of that? Are we ready? Are you ready? Ready for Madrid? Madrid. Hombre, lo que pasa? Madrid. Madrid's going to be shit. There's no one coming. There's like, the room is half empty. Barcelona, sold out. So we're going to be good. Madrid, fucking no one. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, well, you'll find out how it goes next week. Wow, next week, there's going to be a busy podcast because there will be very many people to talk about. Yes, very good. Right, people. Patreon. This has been fun. I won't have time to check Patreon. I might check the chat now and again, now that I've created a monster that is the Patreon chat. I'll keep you updated. I'll send you some backstage photos from Barcelona, Madrid, framing Strasbourg and Luxembourg. And we'll keep the chat going on Patreon. And that'll be that. Ladies and gentlemen, next Monday, what's happening next Monday? Am I here? I am here. I am back. Oh, I get back from Strasbourg on Monday because the show's on Sunday. So you'll get the immediate debrief of the show that I just finished the night before. Oh, fucking. And the next day, we've got to go to Brussels to go visit the venue to see where we're going to put all the cameras for filming the show in Bruxelles. All right, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, the wall was fucked harder. Spain, Spanish people, los españoles, if you're at the show, I don't think anyone is coming to the show from Patreon, but if you are, if you're not, fucking doesn't matter. Guys, thank you for being here. Patreon, you're amazing. As always, thank you for the gifts, for all of it. It's amazing. You're amazing, and I cannot wait to see what we do next. That's it. Bisous, bye!